Well, Rainier Mola said in the comments, "I've been to Toronto this summer, just like I was there this summer, and there's 2 to 3 cranes on every street. There's cranes everywhere. So what's going to happen in 2 to 3 years when these condos come onto the market?"
Well, that's the whole thing, Mike. There's going to be such an oversupply of condos. It's not even going to be funny. It's going to be absolutely insane. And all these people that bought these condos on speculation, God forbid they actually have to take possession of them and qualify for a mortgage, and then they can't rent it out for a positive cash flow situation or to break even on their mortgage obligations to the bank, let alone the shortfall being $200-300 out of their own pocket every month.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really hurt people. And right now, a lot of those condos that are trying to be sold, and they're not even constructed yet, they don't even have a shovel in the ground. The builders actually charge more for the purposes of getting an agreement of purchase and sale with an assignment clause in it to allow them to sell that piece of toilet paper to somebody.
Yeah.
They paid them a premium for to actually have the ability to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I see where you're coming with this. I see where you're going with this too. I think my house. Apparently, I was speaking to a real estate agent, and she was telling me, because she sold me my house 2 years ago, and she told me that the prices are holding steady here where I am. I'm in Merritt, so prices are holding steady, and they're still trickling upwards, only because there's so many people from the coast moving up here. Even though prices are going down in Vancouver and Burnaby and those areas, prices are still going up in my area, because you can still buy a median 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom home for under $300,000.
Well, that's just it, Mike. I mean, it comes down to affordability and what people can afford and qualify for.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they're going to go and they're going to leave Vancouver. And I don't know what the percentage is dollar for dollar, but let's just say they're buying at a 50%, reduction in cost for the purposes of getting, their principal residence.
No, Steve, it's more than 50, because I bought my house for $260.
Yeah.
And it's enormous. The houses, I have so many bedrooms, I don't even know what to do with them, and all these bathrooms, and so I bought that house for $260. Realistically, this same house in Vancouver with the land I have is probably $4 to $5 million.
Oh my God! Okay, all right. So I see where you're coming from.
So 260. So it's like I don't know, 200 times cheaper, 400. How many times? A lot of times cheaper.
Okay, so Mike, let's do the math on a $260,000 property. Let's just call it $300 grand.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And you have 20% down, for example.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have $60K down, and you got a mortgage $240,000.
Yes.
How much should somebody have to make in order to qualify for that mortgage?
Average median income should be at least in and around 55 to 60,000. 60,000 a year, I'd say, would be safe, because the price of natural gas, electricity, car insurance. Mind you, car insurance is like 40% cheaper here in a smaller town than it is in the big city. But mind you, everything is, about 60,000, 65,000 a year.
Okay. So let's just call it 60 grand. So basically, all that Mr. and Mrs. Smith have to do is basically work for minimum wage in order to make that $30,000 each year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's room to grow. There's room to grow in Merritt because house prices are not so disproportionate for the purposes of correlating it to the cost of living, and more so wages. That's why your house has the ability to go up and will continue to go up as a benchmark at the rate of inflation, because it is affordable to everyone.
That's right. So So I got back my statistic thingy from the government of Canada, where the from the city of Merritt, and they assessed the property. I think it was 420. It was assessed at. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's not bad at all. But like I said, Steve, I didn't buy this house to make money. I bought this house to raise my family. I want to have a big family, lots of kids, right? So I didn't want to do that in Vancouver. There was just no bang for the buck there. Everybody hates each other. It's a very antisocial city. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even do it in Toronto either. If someone gave me the option to own free and clear in Toronto, I still wouldn't do it there either.
Yeah, just not worth it, eh?
No, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, right now, a lot of realtors aren't. They're playing the. As of late, I've heard of some realtors going ahead and doing offer night, for example, and it's not 3 days later, a week later. It's 2 weeks later, and this property that I was eyeing for quite some time, offer night came and went, and he didn't get any offers. And then he then changed the offer night to the 30th of November, trying to see if he's going to get multiple offers. And the games that these members of organized real estate are playing, especially real estate agents, is absolutely mind-boggling. Why would you do that? As a seller, why would you allow your agent to pull that stunt? I just don't get it. Nobody shows up on offer night and you gotta sell. You know what? That's fine. I can respect that. But do a goddamn price reduction. What the hell is wrong with people?
Yeah, they like Steve. They can't. They can't. They can't. A lot of people have pride, and they will never sell. They will never sell for less than what they bought for what they bought for. A lot of people can't do that. You know, I've lost money in the market sometimes, and you know, I've had to bite the bullet and move on, type of thing. But a lot of people have too much pride, and they can't bite the bullet and move ahead. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. So, Mike, after everything that's come on, and I guess, in more recent times, the deputy governor or whatever, Wilkinson there came on, and I guess they're going to, revisit it and kick the can a bit and look at how they're measuring, GDP and whatnot, and inflation, so on and so forth. Where do you see interest rates in the next 90 to 120 days? Do you think interest rates are gonna go up in December, January?
They should. In a real market, interest rates should be sitting around 4.5 to 5.5% in any normal market, actually. So, I'd be, you know what? I think they're going to raise rates. I think they should, on an economic standpoint, when you take a step back and look at what's happening in the U.S. and especially with the job growth in the U.S. right now. So there's a lot of people right now that I've spoken to that in Philadelphia that are working again. They haven't worked in like 17 years, and the steel mills are all back. Not all, but like 50% of the steel mills are all back in production right now. Right. So that's very good, and that employed easily 18 to 22,000 people, literally overnight. So, you see, U.S. will have the buffer to raise rates, and if we don't kind of pony up and start following our American partners south of us, we're gonna find a bit of trouble. We're gonna find ourselves in a bit of hot water, and especially with consumer spending going down and consumer confidence going down, construction going down, cost of living going up. We're in a lot of trouble, Steve, and a lot of people don't see it.
I agree. I absolutely agree. It's going to be one wild ride, and this is going to end badly, and for so many people, and it's going to end in tears for so many people. I'm not sure how bad it's going to be, but as I said it once before, there's going to be some write-downs and some write-offs, some foreclosures and power sales. I said this about a year ago, and everybody thought I was just way out to lunch. not trying to say, hey, I was right, because I wish I wasn't right. But at the same point in time, people need to realize that things are can't just go up in an upwards trajectory, for lack of a better term. And the whole saying, oh, buy now or you'll never be able to buy. That whole statement there is just wrong on so many levels.
Well, we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen. It's in this we're in the final quarter of the year, and things are not looking good right now anywhere. And I think it's this housing market that's gonna actually put the nail in the coffin for everything else to coincide and fall, gracefully fall. And because when you don't push the reset button every 8 to 10 years, guess what happens? You get a glut. And then another 8 years go by and there's no more reset button. Guess what? Things start to get overvalued. The markets start blowing too much hot air. And then when that black swan swoops down to start correcting the markets, and boom, people are at shock. A lot of people will wake up in the morning to a crash course on basic economics.
Absolutely. And we also have to look at how much money Trudeau has actually spent. And boy, oh boy, that guy spends money like water. And as it sits right now, he's got to get some money together to start paying this down. And as it sits right now, they need those bonds. And in order for people to buy into the bond market, they need a decent return on their money. And a lot of people don't realize that, that's also a good indication of where things are going to be. Look at our debt level. Look at how much he's spending. And the only way he's going to get this back from people is if he goes ahead and some bonds are bought and subsequently, through taxation. Mm-hmm. It's the only way he's going to get this under control. At this point, as far as I'm concerned, he's lost the election.
Well, you know what, Steve? It ain't over. It ain't over till the last ballot is counted. You'd be surprised of how many people support him, right? So, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting. When's the elections? When are the federal elections? When are they up? When are they?
Oh God.
Summer? Is it next summer? Is it next summer?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But he's going to be hitting the campaign trail hard in the within 90 days or less.
Yeah, come springtime, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's probably going to start earlier. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. He's got to. He's there's a good chance he's going to lose quite a bit of seats.
You think so?
I think so.
Can you promise? Can you promise me? Can you promise me that?
I can't promise you that.
Oh, come on, dude!
I can promise you that a lot of people feel like they were lied to and taken advantage of, and a lot of people voted for him. That's why he's the prime minister. But a lot of his target audience has left the building, and if anybody wants to argue that, you know what? I'll entertain that argument.
Someone's saying here that they should send me down to Surrey to see the tent city. Make some tent city videos in Surrey, BC. I'm just looking at the comments here. Christoph saying Trudeau is done. What else is this? Lord Humongous saying I'll move into Mike's basement when the poop hits the fan. I don't have a basement here. We don't have basements here in this town. It's a little bit different. Some houses do here in town, but mine is built on like this upper part of like it's kind of raising up a bit above sea level, so it's a little bit different. It's built above land, so I got what do you call it? A subframe under my house. What do you call that when you have a crawl space under my house? So yeah, we don't have basements here.
Yeah, you definitely don't have a basement. You have a crawl space, but that's okay. Not a big deal.
It's
summer
easy.
project, Mike.
It's easy to get the plumbing and stuff too when you have it like that. It's so easy to run wires for electricity. It's so easy to do stuff.
Oh, I agree. It's very, very convenient that it's all open underneath, and that's great. But I mean, next summer, Mike, you gotta build that bomb shelter.
No, I next summer I'm gonna install my windows that I have in my garage sitting there. I got what else? Windows to install, front door to install. I got all this stuff that I bought that's sitting in my garage because I can't. You know why I can't find contract somebody to install all those windows in my house for me?
Why?
Because they're all busy fixing people's homes that moved up from the coast in the last month or 3 months, and they're completely renovating their homes from top to bottom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I should move to Merritt.
Well, the prices are going up right now. You could buy a house like mine for like in and around 440. And it's a very generous size home. Believe me, it is. When you see it, you'd be like, holy crap.
Yeah, Mario decided the last Canuck, and I really need to get out to see your place. Maybe this summer, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone saying, I'm thankful for your show, Mike. For a while there, I thought I was the only one that thought a correction is coming until I noticed the Facebook group and your channel as a few Twitter. What? I don't have Twitter. As a few Twitter accounts. Okay. So, yeah. So, BC Freedom Fighter says, the prices are going to rocket up. It is so sad. The local people will be hurt greatly. I think prices, what he means is the food, gas, because they're going to have to make up the loss of See, the people that are not paying taxes and leaving all these homes empty, they're not paying for the hookups. They're not paying for nothing. So what's going on, right, Steve? So they're going to have to make it up somehow. So they're going to just have to raise taxes, and they're going to have to, especially if they bring down the price of homes, they're going to have to raise the property tax level for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. We talk about this every week, and I'm very grateful for the show as well. I think you've done so much good things for so many people, Mike. And I think a lot of people that watch your show may have taken a position that, buy now or I'm never going to buy, and had a case of, FOMO or fear of missing out, even if it was for a New York second.
Mm-hmm.
But you saved people quite a bit just by having this show. Quite a bit of hardship.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Just look at little Owen over there. I shouldn't say little. He's actually a bigger guy, but look at Owen there from Brampton. He saved up a whack of dough, and he's living with his mother and whatnot, and he was going to buy a house, and he's a licensed electrician and making decent money and all this fun, great stuff. He didn't buy, and imagine if he bought.
Oh, he'd be underwater. His place would be worth less than what he bought it for. He'd lose his deposit, basically.
His entire down payment and all of his equity in the home would have evaporated.
Yep, gone. That money would have been gone. Low Roller Scratcher saying, Mike Martins, you watch Money GPS YouTube channel? He predicted the stock market crash and housing bubble. No, I predicted the housing crash. I've been talking about this for 7 years now. It's going to be 8 years next summer.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I think rates have been historically low for so long and allowed this irrational exuberance to continue. We had toxic outside influences really allowing this market to go so irrational and so out of whack, and now things have no choice but to come back down to reality as interest rates rise, and the Canadian proper can only afford so much.
Yeah. I'm kind of scared about this. What's happening in China right now, Steve? So Saturday night on Trends and Mike in the Night, we're going to discuss what's happening in China because the president of China has been saber rattling a lot lately, and a lot of people are in fear in China, and a lot of the rich people look like they want to flee China right now, and this might bring a problem to the middle class people living in these other countries.
Well, this is the whole thing. If there's going to be a mass exit out of China, keep in mind these people aren't going to be able to bring their money in droves to Canada or the U.S. And also keep in mind, if China does go for a massive dump, if you know what I mean, their currency is just going to plummet. So their dollar is not going to be worth what it actually is worth when you put it up against the greenback or when you put it up against the Canadian dollar.
Yeah.
So don't be too worried about it. But, at the same point in time, I see some dark days ahead for China.
Oh, yeah. Heard about this. Somebody brought it up in the comments section. 50 million empty homes. Should be the first
50
article.
million.
Yeah.
50, wow.
Yeah, I read the article the other day.
And that includes the ghost cities?
Yeah, all the ghost cities.
Wow. Wow. That's
Yeah.
insane. I would have thought.
Guys, I see you guys in the comment section talking about Formifist. Can you do me a favor? Get in touch with them. Formifist, if you guys are loyal subscribers, tell them to get in touch with me, to add me on Skype or something, and to give me a call. I'll do a show with Formifist anytime. Not a problem. And we can start debunking what's going on in the housing market and stuff. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, Steve, because Formifist is a good guy. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel...
I have.
Yeah, everyone has. I'm saying if anyone hasn't, please check him out. Yeah, here we go. Investment drop in Chinese homes. There are $50 million. So I'm looking for the article. Was it taken down, guys? The article? I did see the Yeah, I need to do a video with Formifist. Yeah, and I think I need to contact Martin North. Walk the World. I do see his channel sometimes. Let me see. Here you go. Look, these are my guys right here. Subscribed right here. Formifist right here, guys. If you get a chance, he's at 4,224 subs, and he's starting to tackle. Yeah, he's starting to tackle the American and the UK market right here, and New Zealand market too. So he's doing good. His videos get a lot more views than I do. His videos a lot more prepared than mine are. His videos get to the point a lot better than I do. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of talk a lot, you know what I mean? And some people like that. And there's Formifist right there. And then there's Walk the World right here with, I gotta see if he want, he's a really high-end, economist, Martin North. So I don't think he would want it. It's like me talking to Peter Schiff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to say Formifist is not, it's just, we're just kind of me and Formifist, we're more laid back, easy to get along with type guys, we're not that hard to get along with, you know what I'm saying? Or, I'm not saying he's a hard guy to get along with. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know exactly what you're trying to say, and on Formifist channel, your best buddy, Ivan, regularly comments on his videos.
Yeah. And then there's Steve Saretsky too.
Just released.
He's always on the news, and he's a Vancouver condo economist. He knows what he's talking about too. You guys need to understand something, guys. I'm not anything. I'm not an economist. I'm not a real estate expert. I am not a lot of things, but I like to talk and open up discussion, and I like to hear what people have to say. Because I see things, and I like to tell people what I see. And is this normal? Am I seeing something? Am I missing something? Did I miss the memo? You know?
I hear you, Mike, and it's one of those things where you're doing a lot of great things, and I really, really appreciate being on your show from time to time, and I look forward to it every Wednesday because I too love to hear what people have to say. Love the comment section. It's pretty quiet tonight without Kevin Thompson, but yeah, it's a great thing. But anyways, Mike, I must run. I got to get to this call here, and I will let you go. So good to be with you, and we'll talk real soon, Mike.
Okay, God bless you.
Take care. Bye for now.
Bye. Yep. Yeah, so that's yeah, you know what, guys? I want to thank everyone for joining this transmission, guys. Guys, you know what? Here, go to I'm building a video game review channel that I work really hard on, and I've been putting together for a good while. If you guys could subscribe to it, you don't have to turn on the bell for notifications. I don't blame you for not, but if you could at least get me up, I want to get up to 1,000 subs at least, so I could start doing, working on more projects with it, and I could unlock more features on the channel. There it is right now, guys. That's my handheld junkie. It's my, I like handheld gaming. I have a passion for handheld gaming. So if you guys want to subscribe to this for me. Oh, someone sent me an article. Let's see what Anon sent me here. Guys, if you see anybody, yeah, here we go. A fifth of Chinese homes are empty. That's 50 million apartments. Wow.
Last time you were here, you mentioned 3 factors or 3 reasons why the transmission mechanism of the PBOC isn't getting to where it needs to be. Whether either the mechanism, something's wrong with the mechanism, or there's not much capacity to take on more debt, or something's wrong with the property sector. Do those 3 major hurdles, do they remain in place?
Well, I think they are still in place. Of course, we have seen some progress in the past few months, especially regarding the PBOC's policies towards the private sector in the past couple of weeks. Especially in the past few days, we have seen dramatic changes of their behavior and their policies towards the private business owners, especially, for example, now the PBOC and the CBRC, they even have policies to force banks to lend a certain percentage of their loans, new loans, to the private sector.
I think the latest line was that the brokerages got an order from authorities saying that they should tell them how good and supportive the markets are going to be. So another level of verbal support, I guess.
Recommendation.
I think JP Morgan's Haibing Ju was mentioning about this question that we interviewed him earlier this morning. They were saying that we've seen this shift in framework on the policy response, away from monetary policy towards more fiscal measures. Do you think tax cuts are going to have the same effect as the stimulus measures we've seen in the past? He thinks there's going to be a bit of a policy lag.
Yeah, I think so. I share the view. Of course, we have some tax cuts on the personal income front.
This guy talking here sounds like the guy from Star Wars, Episode 1, when they were on the ship. And there was that guy saying, "You cannot ask us to do this." He kind of sounds like that guy. Okay, here we go, guys. 50 million apartments. A fifth of China's homes are empty. Wow. I'm actually going to message this to myself on Facebook, and I will do a video on this tomorrow, independent video on this tomorrow, guys. Because this is a really, really good article. I really want to get out there, because that's a lot of empty. 50 million, that's a lot. Imagine how much prices are being driven up because of the lack of availability for renters. Holy crap. Oh, there's a chart further down. Okay, hold on. Holy smokes. China's home vacancy rate overshadows other major economies. There's Hong Kong, Japan, Taiwan, the United States of America, and here it is, China. How come they don't show Canada? Canada would be pretty high too. Canada, I think, would be a lot higher than the U.S. with empty homes. I believe so. Per capita, I'm saying. I'm not saying total. I'm saying per capita. But 1/5. Wow. First home, second home, third home. Ooh, Q1 of 2018. A lot of people purchased their third home. A lot of first home buyers, but a lot of third home buyers in 2018 of Q1. Yeah, this is phenomenal, guys. I just... Woo! Oh, God, I'm tired. Yeah, anyways, guys. I'm going to hit the sack. I'm tired, man. And I want to thank everyone for supporting me on this channel. Don't forget to also tip my... I've been getting so many tips from people. Somebody from yesterday sent me money from New Zealand. That's really good. I feel accomplished. And you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm not going to spend that money frivolously. Anybody sends me money, it's going to go towards a newer computer so it could stream like better software and better video editing software and start maybe building a studio somewhere, you know? Anyways, guys, someone's saying it's only 9:30 Pacific time. Yeah, I've been talking for 3 hours and 6 minutes. That's the difference. Woo! Anyways, thanks to everybody. Love you guys all. And enjoy the rest of your night. And don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to hit subscribe to my Handheld Junkie, guys. I really want to get this to 1,000 subs so I can start rolling out. So I can start unlocking stuff on the channel that I can't do on my... I can't do... my regular channel I can, but this one I can't do, right? Because it's still under 1,000 subs. There's a few things that I want to do with tagging and certain things you can't... that I'm locked out. Yep. Yeah, everyone's giving their time zones here. Australia is like friggin' 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I think. A day ahead. It's like Thursday evening in Australia right now, so... Oh, Dreity's in the comment section! Yeah, baby. Yeah. Everybody comment in the comment section. Guys, next time, if you're watching... just comment and say hi. That's it. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Just say hi. So I know who's in the comment section and who's watching and who's there and blah, blah, blah. You know? Yeah, Crow Bites is in Australia. I think it's 3 p.m. there. That's right. And I think it's like 4 or 5 p.m. in New Zealand. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. God bless everybody. And Mike in the Night this Saturday. Everyone's welcome to call into the show. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much. God bless, and have a good